Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And we have Jaycee with us.
Hey, guys.
It's good to have you back for this one.
Maybe we'll see.
Well, thanks for having me.
Like I said, we'll see.
So today we're talking about episode 5 in season 2 called Full Moon Rising, aired November 4th, 1998. And
the synopsis is...
Emotions run high during a full moon when Dawson finds himself stuck in the middle of Gail and Mitch's hostile feud over people they invite over. Mitch with Miss Jacobs and Gail with a new co-worker. Meanwhile, Pacey is troubled when he tries to meet Andie's family and sees firsthand the home life that Andie avoids, which involves her delusional mother unable to let go of Andie and Jack's older brother who died. The fight between Jen and Abby increases as Jen invites Vincent over to her house for a date. Left alone to run the ice house, Joey and Jack share a kiss during a power outage.
Ooh.
We start off with Dawson and Joey sitting on the roof of his house talking about the full moon.
Finally, they are not watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they started talking about how full moons bring out weird people and weird things, and honestly, it's so true. I kind of like that they brought that up and they're focusing on that.
Oh, are you talking about you?
Yes.
As the weird person.
Oh, I am, definitely. But I notice a lot when I'm working and there's a full moon. That's when more of the weirdos come out.
So one part that I thought was funny, and I know Cynthia won't, but when Dawson slips.
No, I thought that was funny.
I was like, I mean, he could have hurt himself, and I don't want him to hurt himself, but it was funny.
I wonder if that was written into the show or that just accidentally happened and they left it.
Right.
And I mean, he did laugh, so I don't feel too bad because he laughed. So I felt like because he was laughing, I could laugh.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I got the
Dawson.
I got the Dawson lovers agreeing, so that's a good thing.
Then a theme song, and then after that, we are back in town with Mitch and Tamara, who's still trying to sell her property.
And, I mean, just sell the dang property and go away.
Where? I don't even. What kind? She's selling. It's not a house, is it?
No, it's like a building.
A building. Okay.
Remember, because he wants to open a restaurant.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yep. And then across.
I mean, but we still don't know if he's a cook. I mean,
Yeah. Well, we don't see Mitch doing a whole
anything
lot.
besides, I guess, be Dawson's dad.
Yeah.
Then across the street, Vincent comes running up to Jen and asks about the town since he's new, and he wants Jen to show him around.
Vincent. Why is, like, Jen knows he's like twice her age because she told Abby that. Why in the world is she talking to him?
Right. And what's up with this show
The old
having
people.
the older people come after the kids? Like
Another storyline.
Is she still 15, 16 at most?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, she's 16.
16.
It's so gross because he looks like he's 40.
Yes.
Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but he does. I was not into it.
Neither. Yeah, so they agree on tonight.
But it's just weird. You told Abby,
Yep.
like, don't go after him because he's old.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go after him.
Right. It's kind of like do what I say and not what I do, which
I mean, so
doesn't make sense.
basically when she was telling Abby, was she lying because she wanted him?
Oh.
I thought she wasn't really interested until she found out that he was interested in her.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you know he's old. I mean, is this
And he
real?
knows she's in high school.
I mean, is this
Which
what
is
she did
weird.
in
New York?
New York? I
Yeah.
mean, she just dated older guys, like twice her age.
We don't know exactly, but could have. Yeah. Yep, so now Andie walks into the video store while Pacey's working. He brings up that they should stop sparring and go out on a date already.
So, well, that's like the first time for the season or whatever that we see Pacey working at the video store. So clearly he still has that job.
How does he still have a job? He's never at it.
Yeah, and
Or really working.
yeah, and Dawson hasn't been there, so
I know. Does he not work there anymore? He's,
did he quit?
I know.
Don't know.
He's always at home.
Yeah.
Yep, so
Also.
Yeah.
Pacey's allowed to watch videos at work.
I think he was like doing it to like do the rewinding thing, like he's just watching it instead of
You
rewinding.
really think so?
Well,
I mean, Pacey.
well, we know what he was doing. Obviously, he was watching a porno when Andie walked in.
Right.
I'm just saying that's the only reason why he was able to do that, because they have that VCR player just to rewind tapes, not really watch them. So he's not doing what he's supposed to be
Yeah,
doing.
no, but I was just like, why? Like, he's watching a movie at work. Like, he's allowed to do that?
Probably not.
I guess if
He's a rule
there was no one
breaker.
there, but
I mean, is he the manager? I know. Where is the manager?
he's too young to be a manager. I don't know. Oh, what's her name?
Nellie.
Yeah, that was her family store,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but who's the manager? Because
Probably
they're
her
never
dad.
there.
I think her dad, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think it was
but
mentioned one
nobody's ever
time.
there.
But when he did ask Andie out, and he insisted on going to her house to pick her up, like I could really feel that she was uncomfortable with that. It was like, okay, what is she hiding? Why doesn't she want him there?
Yeah. Yeah, so she finally does agree on him picking her up from her house. So she walks out of the video store with a huge smile on her face. But as we know later, we don't think she remembered. Well, to me, she didn't seem like she remembered exactly.
No, I
What they
think she
agreed on.
wasn't listening to anything he was saying.
No.
Because I think she was too worried of, him going to her house that I think she just tuned that out.
Mm-hmm. And they also talk about going to the movies. So
I know. What is up with everyone on this show going to the movies as their date?
Yeah, the only date they can come up with is the movies. Come on.
I know this is another one. I'm like, there's nothing in that town to do besides go to the movies.
And I
Not
feel
even
like
a
the
restaurant?
movies isn't that great of a date because you can't really talk and get to know each other.
Exactly. You're watching a movie
yep. And then the next
with a whole bunch of other strangers.
yeah. And then the next scene, we see Jen trying on lip gloss at a store. Now, did that gross
Abby
you out?
just stole.
Oh, well, I was talking about Jen putting on the lip gloss.
Well, I know, but Abby stole the
Yeah,
lip gloss.
she stole it.
And then she kept stealing. She kept putting stuff in her bag.
I thought she was gonna try to steal and pin it on Jen at
Oh.
that point.
Yeah, she could have. I'm surprised I didn't do that.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, but it just grossed me out how Jen was using the sample lip gloss to try.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why people do that. That's gross.
I-
I don't know where your lips have been.
No.
Yeah, so that was just the one thing that first really bothered me.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed. Abby stealing, of course.
And she was like, oops, after putting the lip gloss in her purse, like it was an accident.
Oops.
Oops, it fell into my bag a few times.
Yeah, so Abby walked in because she was looking for Jen to apologize, which she did. But Abby goes on to call Jen a bitch and says, how can she do this after everything she's done for her? So do you think it was right for Jen to agree out to go with him knowing Abby liked him and they were technically friends when they met
No,
him?
because he's old. But also, do you think that Jen should have told Abby about Vincent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a bad move on Jen's part as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
but Abby isn't really a great friend to begin with, so
Well-
I don't feel bad for her.
Well, and Jen, I mean, she told Joey last season that she never had any girlfriends in New York. So she doesn't know what it's like to be a friend to a girl.
Yeah, that's very true when you look at it that way.
I mean, and then you get Abby as your friend, and then it's like double the trouble.
Yeah, she just like is always pushing Jen to do something.
Bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to get her New York side out, and it's so wrong.
Yeah, I think she just wants to push her and see how far she can get her to go and see her crazy.
Yeah, you're supposed to make your friend better, not worse.
Yeah, I think it's just like entertainment for her.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't. Do you really think that Abby wants to be friends with Jen, or is it just entertainment?
I think it's just entertainment because it doesn't seem to me that Abby values Jen at all with the situations she puts her in.
No, it's kind of like, what can I use you for?
Right.
Yeah, so now they walk out of the store and Abby goes on about Jen sleeping with Vincent, saying that he has to know an easy lead when he sees one. So
And then wham!
Jen slaps her hard after hearing that and tells her to never speak to her again.
I liked it when she slapped her. I really did.
I was like, that slap, dang!
Mm-hmm.
She has some power behind it.
Yep. No.
What is up with everyone hitting each other and not getting in trouble?
Well, that was in public. Because we're talking about. Wait, what are you talking about?
Anything of like shows, like nobody gets in
Oh.
trouble for hitting
Yeah.
like in real life, somebody would press charges.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
then.
especially because Abby doesn't like Jen, you would think she would press charges.
Mm-hmm.
Call up Mr. Doug.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
and then with how dramatic she is, she'd be like, Jen tried to kill me or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would twist it.
Mm-hmm. Now at Dawson's, Gail is cooking dinner and tells Mitch she's making dinner for a new coworker.
So for once, Dawson and Joey are not in his bedroom, and they're actually doing homework.
Yep, in the
I
kitchen.
was like, oh my gosh, the homework is not a movie. This episode, they're learning
I thought it was really weird though that
at the kitchen table.
yeah, but that Gail and Mitch both had like their dates at the house with Dawson there.
I don't think this episode, they really thought about him at all.
No.
He's like an afterthought. Like, oh, you're in the house? You live here?
Yeah, I would feel really weird having another person there with my estranged husband, whatever you want to call him, and my son. That would just be so awkward.
Well, it's even awkward as it's Dawson's teacher. I mean, ooh.
Yes. And Pacey's ex-lover.
Oh my God, we don't have to say that, Jaycee. Come on. How dare you?
You know I had to throw that in.
I know. I don't like it.
Yeah. So Mitch and Gail get into an argument. Gail, rubs in his face that she works and he doesn't.
I know, that was such a low dig.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of their kid.
Dawson would be parentless
Yes.
if it wasn't for him. Because think about it, she works all day and sometimes probably nights.
Yeah.
So he would not have any parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'd be an out of control kid like Jen
Right.
if Daddy wasn't around.
Yeah, so then Dawson,
Gets involved.
no, he tells Joey, like, let's get out of here. Joey's like, I have to go to work, so let's get out of here. Because his parents are fighting in front of them like that.
His parents have been fighting. Like, he's just not getting the clue.
Yeah, and then Joey tells him it's the full moon that's putting everyone on
Yeah,
edge.
no, it's not because they've been fighting. And how many times is Joey going to say full moon?
Make a drinking game out of it. Take a drink every time Joey says it.
It's like her second time now.
I
Like,
don't
stop saying it.
Yeah, I don't think we would make it through the episode.
No.
And Dawson tries to see what's going on, so he asks his dad, but Mitch is not now.
Don't talk to
Yeah, he
me.
yells at him so sternly. Not now, Dawson.
Like I told you, he's just the afterthought.
Yep.
Like, I don't really need you here right now. Go away. Don't you have anything else to do, Dawson? It's like, I live here?
And then later on, we see Jen in her room putting on dark lipstick. What? Yeah.
So, well, I mean, when Grams asked Jen to go with her to Bible study or whatever, like, Jen's putting lipstick on. She's not wondering what she's doing tonight?
Right. Like, I don't put lipstick on to sit at home.
Like, that would be my grandma's first question is, where are you going tonight?
Who are you getting dressed up for?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it something that I would approve of?
Probably
No.
not.
But yeah, I'm like, how is it she's not asking her any questions? Just, why don't you go with me? You need to get out. That's all you got to say?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like this smart grandma, not doing a good job at taking care of Jen.
Going to Bible study to leave Jen home with her lipstick.
Yeah, that's only going to get you in trouble.
Yes, of course, Jen says no because she has a date with Vincent tonight at the house. And,
Yeah, but does she say she has a date with him?
no, I'm just saying that's
I was
what
going to say,
happened.
I did not catch
No,
that.
Yeah, she would not tell Grams that.
Yeah, I was like, did I miss something?
Yep, and as soon as Graham leaves, there's a knock on the door, but it's not Vincent, it's Abby again.
Yeah, Abby is so pressed over this situation. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, Abby, get over it. He didn't like you, and Jen's too young, so just stop it.
Yep.
Yeah, so then, of course, Abby, being herself, she's like, I can't believe you did that. You're my best friend. Why would you hit me?
You're my best friend. Well, I'm sorry, but if Jen's your best friend, okay. I mean, you must have no friends.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them know how to be a great friend to each other.
I don't think the school likes Abby. So wouldn't you think that because the school doesn't like Abby, they wouldn't like Jen? Like, ooh, there's
By
your...
association.
Yeah, it's like, there's your sidekick.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Jen points out that she slapped her because Abby called her a slut, a bitch, and a loser.
Well, know, her, little life in New York.
Yeah, but Abby was really just jealous. And she didn't have a right to say all that.
Yeah, no, I just thought I'd say it.
And then Abby responds with, "Yeah, but I would never hit you."
Oh, come on, Abby. I think she would.
I don't know. She didn't fight back. She just took the hit or took the slap. Maybe she can't. Maybe she's.
Ooh.
I think she could have been just in shock too, because she never thought Jen would hit her.
Yeah.
Okay, you think that she wouldn't run and like pull her hair or something, like pull her hair back after she, came to that she got slapped?
I know, she did look pretty shaken up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do.
Okay, well, if Jen opens the door, wouldn't you slap her then?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was that angry. Oh, yeah.
So I don't think Abby has it in her.
So she's more talk than.
Yeah, I think she's all talk. I mean, think about it, even the detention episode.
Yep.
All she did was talk. There was
Yeah.
nothing behind anything she said.
Yeah, she tried to make them believe in,
Yeah, that she's this tough bad girl, and she wasn't. She was just tardy.
Yeah, so Jen tries to kick her out, but not before Abby's saying, "Is the dork from the docks coming to Colin?" I thought that was a weird phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't into it.
Then back at Dawson's, Gail's coworker is over, and he's telling her a story about work until the doorbell rings, and it's tomorrow to see Mitch.
Yeah, so this is a new coworker, right?
Yeah.
How many new coworkers does she have? It's like every episode she's got a new one.
I know.
I think his name was Gary.
Well, and
She
they're all
gets around.
well, and they're all guys.
Is she the only woman at work?
We did
She
see the
must be.
workplace once when Dawson went there to record with Jen.
Yeah, but do you remember any women?
No, not in the hallway that we saw. I don't think so.
It's just weird that why does she keep bringing new people around? She knows that Mitch has a problem with it.
It's kind of like just rubbing it in his face right now.
Yeah, like, oh, look, I can get this guy too.
Yeah.
Ew, no.
Insensitive.
Yeah, so Gail was the one that answered the door, so she saw Tamara first, and of course she
Tamara.
recognizes her from the PTA meetings. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay, yeah, so I thought that was awkward that Gail recognized her right away from school. Knew who she
Well,
was.
I mean, if she really is Dawson's teacher, which, I mean, I never saw, but if she really, that's what they just keep telling us, then, I mean, you would have met her.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Yeah, at some point, whether it was conferences or whatever. I mean, I know she wasn't there that long, but she was there a couple months.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, of all people to be coming to her house to see her
probably thought
husband,
that was
it would
really
be
weird.
Yeah, her son's teacher.
Well, not the teacher anymore, apparently.
She's got her coworker.
Yeah, what is she so worried about? She's got the coworker. If she was really trying to fix her marriage, she wouldn't be bringing guys around.
No.
No matter how much they're your coworker.
Even if they are claiming they're having an open marriage, she would want to be trying to fix it if,
right,
she was
like
serious.
if you cheated, you would not be the one to go and stir up more trouble
yeah.
and actually follow through with this whole dating other people.
Yep. And then at the ice house, Joey's drawing a man that's one of their customers who's sitting at a table by himself. And it was kind of funny to see Jack just sitting at a table making little paper triangles for his fingers.
I feel like they gave him nothing to do really this episode. I kind of felt bad.
Yeah.
And Joey complains about the little tips they have. She would close the restaurant if it weren't for their one customer.
What is up with her being so mean to the customers? Like, they're the ones that are paying your living.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be a little more grateful. And also, like, I'm sure you're still open.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can't just close up because no one's there.
and that you just want to go home. I mean, that's rude.
Yeah, so Jack does point that out to her and says how being a waitress gives her the opportunity to meet many different people with different stories and backgrounds to hear about. And
I think Jack likes working there.
he
He
does.
seems like really invested.
Yeah.
Where Joey's like, oh, what are you doing here? As in like a customer.
Yeah, I think Joey feels like she has to be there while Jack actually wants to be.
Yeah, but her sister fired her. And she was like, no, I'm still going to work here.
Yeah, she did have the opportunity to let it go.
Yeah, and be like, cool, I'm good. So, you can't really feel sorry for her.
Yeah, because Jack probably likes being there so he doesn't have to be at home with his mom,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, leave it all to your sister.
Like Andie says, he deals with it in his own way. Not the best way, of course, but... And then, he asks why Joey's so angry all the time, and she blames the full moon, again. But Jack points out that she's mad all the time. Just like all the time, not just tonight before walking away from the bar. Do you think he had a point?
Sure.
I mean, she does seem angry, at least at work,
She does. She seems very agitated to be there.
I mean, she's been angry since she got with Dawson.
Basically, since she turned down the Paris or France, wherever she was going.
Yes. Yeah.
I just think it's because of Dawson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but she's always wanted to be with Dawson at the same time, so why is she not happy now?
Because she's with him. She's realizing he's boring.
True.
And some things about herself, too.
He doesn't take her anywhere. I mean, what kind of boyfriend is that?
Mm-hmm.
To the movies, and that's it.
Yeah, but they only went once.
Oh, but they watch movies in his bedroom all the time.
Yeah, well, they also did that as friends, so.
So it's nothing
Nothing's
special.
changed. Yeah, nothing changed.
Then back at Jen's, Vincent and Jen are sitting on the front porch and talking about how he wants to be a lawyer. But she's going to need one if he keeps going with Jen.
Yeah. Maybe he'll represent himself.
I mean, seriously, how old is the guy? Like, and why does he not ask her how old she is?
He looks to be like 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should have.
I just don't get why he's not asking her how old she is.
Yeah, he's just being a creepy pervert.
Old guy.
And then now Dawson and his parents end up in the kitchen together because that was after Dawson saw his mom with Gary. Yep, that's his name. And
Now
Dawson,
they're fighting with their dates there, aren't they?
Yep, in the other rooms, yep. Yeah, so Dawson tries asking about Thursday night, but they tell him to go to his room. So again, not telling him anything.
Why is Gail so upset at Mitch? She's the one that strayed from the marriage. She broke that up.
Yeah, she doesn't have a right to be as upset as she is. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's why she shouldn't say anything. Like when she was saying, like, oh, she has to, pay for everything because he doesn't have a job. It's like, why are you throwing digs at him when you're the one that cheated?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense. If anything, he should be saying all this crap about you.
Yeah, seriously.
But he's really not. He doesn't really throw that much shade at her.
He doesn't really do anything to insult her or tarnish her name.
No, and I wish that he would. Like, say something mean, please. Well, she said all the horrible things about him.
She did.
As if he did something.
Yep, so Mitch and Gail argue about Mitch's dream of opening a restaurant. That's her dig at him, too. It's about that dream of his.
And she should be supporting his dreams.
Yeah, I mean, they are married. That is your husband.
Mm-hmm. Now, this scene was funny to me. Dawson falls onto his bed in the dark.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
He's laying there until he hears the voice of a girl saying, "Oh, my God."
It's Abby.
Yep. And she has binoculars.
Yeah, looking at Jen's house. Oh, my God.
Yep.
She is obsessed with Jen. I don't get it, the obsession.
I mean, maybe she wants to date her.
Ooh. You never know.
But also, everyone just climbs through Dawson's window. I think he needs to lock it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Hopefully that would teach him his lesson about keeping his window open like that with a ladder.
Think about it. There's crazy, creepy people out there. And you're going to just leave your window always open?
And
Yeah.
especially after that serial killer.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Maybe her boyfriend's coming back to come get you.
For real. Shoot. Dawson, lock it up.
Yeah, he's not very bright.
And somewhere else, Pacey shows up at Andie's house. Andie's mom invites him in and talks about Pacey meeting Andie's dad and their oldest, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her mom does try calling him from upstairs, but he doesn't show up. And then,
Well, of course not.
and then Andie's mom ends up inviting Pacey to stay for dinner and runs upstairs to get Tim.
Yeah, and then what does he say? This is an awkward first date or something?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's obvious Andie isn't home, or else her mom wouldn't have had time to invite Pacey to stay for dinner.
I know. Like, why? I don't get this. Like, they have no communication or something. The fact that she's not home, but they agreed to, have him pick her up.
I thought, oh, they did.
Yeah.
She just wanted to meet him there, but he insisted on picking her up.
Yeah, but where is she? Like,
Not there.
he's going to stay for dinner now. And she's not even there.
After a while, I think
I'd leave.
I would assume, oh, she's probably where we were going. But
You would think if she's not home, because she knew that they were going on a date. And she
Right.
was so excited. So she's not
Not
going to.
like she was going to cancel on him.
Yeah, she's not that kind of girl. So if she did, she would let you know.
Yep.
And back at the ice house, they lose power, so Joey gets Jack to help her save the lobsters they have.
Of course, they lost power.
It's the full moon.
Jack suggests that they let the lobsters loose in the ocean, but Joey says that if he does that, he can just jump right in with them.
Yeah, because, that's where their money
Could you
comes
imagine
from.
just releasing those lobsters that are probably so expensive?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and think, though, they've been in the little cage that they're not going to know what to do out in the
No.
ocean. Poor little things.
And while they try to save them and put them into, what was it, like a different tank or something?
Yeah,
like,
container or something.
so while they do this, Andie shows up there for some reason.
Yeah. Where's Pacey?
Yep. Looked for him at the movie theaters, but he never showed up after the movie started. Then she remembered they were supposed to meet at the ice house until she remembered about him picking her up at her house.
And then Joey was funny. She was like, it's about time Pacey learns etiquette.
Yep. Yeah, so Andie goes into a spiral about how about a she can only be her mom. Jack tries to calm her down, but she runs off to go back home.
Well, and then Joey's like, what's wrong with your house? But again, they don't say anything. They don't tell anybody anything. And
Yeah, I think it's because they want the audience to find out when Pacey does, so it's more of a shock.
eh.
What do you
I
think?
was kind of surprised to find out the reason why
Mm-hmm.
she didn't want him there. I thought maybe she didn't really live in a nice house and didn't want him to see it.
She's not really rich.
Right.
Yeah, but before that, we go back to Jen's house again, where Jen asks Vincent his most embarrassing sexual encounter.
Ew.
Whose idea was that, Jen or his?
Jen, she was the one that asked first, so.
See, that's the thing. She keeps flirting, so whatever happens, that's on her.
But she is underage.
Okay, but she's the one that won't tell him how old she is.
Oh, yeah. He's got to know she's young. But he must be thinking, if I don't ask, then I can say I didn't know.
I just don't get why she won't tell him how old she is. I know because he'll leave, but you shouldn't be with him anyway.
No. Didn't she leave New York because of all that stuff?
Yeah, her parents sent her to Graham. Well, don't you think Graham's going to send you back?
Right.
That's what I would be afraid of, that, like, I got kicked out, and that now where I'm living with my grandma, that she'll kick me out. Like, I don't know why that's not in her brain.
Yeah, where else does she think she's going to go?
Yeah, I mean, you really think, because, I mean, Graham isn't young. Like, you really think she can handle Jen? Like, New York Jen?
Ugh. No.
No.
Yeah, so they end up answering the question with each other. And then they end up kissing, where Abby is still spying on them and is disgusted as she.
You know, I'm disgusted with Abby.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what's funny is she told Dawson, I'm just concerned about Jen. Bullcrap.
Lying. No, I'm jealous of Jen is what she should have said.
But you are not concerned with her at all.
No.
And then Dawson's just like, go away, please.
And then Dawson did ask her why she's even there, even though he could have just like looked out the window to find out for himself.
And also, Dawson is very stupid because when she starts to, make a move on him, he never moves away.
Right.
He didn't move with Jen, now with Abby. Like, move away. Like, you can't see something's about to happen, idiot. Like, you really are stupid.
He is so naive.
Like, he's sitting there going, oh, and then it's like, well, I mean, nothing's going to happen. It's like, you should have moved away before them.
Right.
Like, you want her to just randomly kiss you on accident? Like Jen did?
At least he kicked her out, though.
Finally.
After the
How long
fact.
did it take? How long was she in the bedroom?
Too long.
He shouldn't have had any conversation. He should have said, this is my bedroom. Get out. I don't know why he even let her speak.
He was just too nice.
No, he's just stupid.
Well, that too, at this point, he is being stupid.
Like, you have a girlfriend.
Way better one than Abby.
You might want to think of her.
Yeah, but before Abby started making a move on him, she did mention that she was hearing his parents argue from downstairs. And, was saying that they should just, wise up and just get a divorce already. And, that makes Dawson, think that could be a possibility. And Abby tells him it's a good thing and all that. So,
Yeah, she said it was a good thing because she got an allowance or whatever and that her mom got a life.
Yeah.
Like, apparently she's no longer bothering Abby, but Abby needs parents.
She does. She just doesn't realize it.
That girl is out of control.
Yeah, so right when Abby tries to hook up with Dawson, he before closing the window, she says that he can just tell Jen that him and Joey have an open relationship, so that's why they hooked up.
Yeah, and then he says she would never go for it.
Yeah. But the open relationship part is what makes Dawson think about his parents, so he goes downstairs and confronts them about this. And then they just both look at each other and sigh. We don't see what they say because we go back to Jen's with Vincent again.
Do you guys think that they should have just been honest with him?
Yeah, because with what they were doing that night was just really sketchy and confusing for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's only a teenager and he sees his parents together, both with other people. That I would not know what to think. I would be so confused, upset,
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
Well, and then your parents are fighting, and it's like,
And they
why
kept
are they being
ignoring him.
so childish?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at Jen's, she's making out with Vincent on the kitchen table.
What did she think was going to happen on the kitchen table? Like when they moved from the seat to the kitchen table, what did she think was going to happen? They're making out.
And making out leads to other things. I
Yes.
mean, come on, Jen, you're not dumb.
And he's a guy. He's got one thing on his mind.
Yep. And, she's pretty experienced, so she should know this.
I don't get what's in her brain. Like, you know that.
Nothing right now.
But then she's like, no, like teasing him. Like, no, we're good for tonight.
Where did she think it was going? She think he just wanted to kiss her and be done?
That wasn't just a kiss and
No.
we're done. I mean, they were full on making out.
They were getting hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, no.
It's like, Jen, I don't get you at all in your thinking
She's
process.
so back and forth.
No, but why? But what did she think was gonna happen? Seriously.
She's very naive if she thought nothing was going to happen.
I mean, they're on the kitchen table.
Right, at
He's
that
on,
point.
He's on top of her. Nothing's gonna happen. They're just
no.
They're just gonna all of a sudden, okay, we're done. Oh, okay, Jen.
Yeah, so she did tell him that they've taken things far enough for tonight, but
Yeah.
he...
Then she finally says, "I'm 16," and then Grams walks in.
Yes.
The best part of the scene.
I like when Grams catches him and kicks him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good thing that she walked in. And also, see, she will protect Jen.
Yes.
Remember, because you said she was old.
I was so glad she walked in, though, because
Well,
who knows what would have
something
happened.
would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she did try to tell him, but he wasn't really listening to her.
Yeah, he didn't care what she had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once he realized that, she's with her grandmother, it's like, oh gosh, you really are 16.
Yeah, so when Graham walked in, he said, "Oh my God," where she goes, "Not even God will be able to save you if you don't get your hands off of my granddaughter right this instant."
Yeah, that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And she's holding her Bible.
So then Andie finally comes home to find Pacey in the dining room.
How long has Pacey been at Andie's?
I was wondering that, too. It's had to have been a
Is
while.
it like dark now? Like what?
How many hours?
Yeah, so she starts to pull him towards...
And he isn't wondering where she's at. That's weird.
I would be.
It's just weird. How do you not wonder
Right,
where
and you
she's
just stay there for that amount of time without her.
Getting to know her mother? Like what?
Yeah, so she starts to pull him towards the door before anything goes further. But he stops her, saying that he told her mom that he would stay for dinner. And Andie gets mad,
Aw.
saying he has no right to be there. Her family is none of his business. And what did he say to her mom? What did she say to him? Pacey answers that her mom is worthy in his eyes, unlike Andie, and wants him to meet her father and older brother.
I loved that Pacey wanted to stay and have dinner with her mom.
That was so sweet. It just goes to show that he does care about Andie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of teenage boy would do that?
Right.
None I know or have met.
Yeah, if anything, they're like, get me away from your house.
Yeah, so Andie tries to convince him to leave again, but Pacey says leaving is rude and asks her if
It
she's
is
ashamed of
rude.
him. Yeah, if she's ashamed of him, and she doesn't want him to meet her brother Tim. And she turns to leave once more, but he pulls her back, asking what's the problem. So she finally says that Tim died. And the scene fades to black for a commercial. So leaving things up in the air still. Then back at the ice house, the lobsters are about to die. So Jack tries something, but that just turns the lights off. And the lone customer tells them to unplug the power source and plug it back
Yeah,
in.
so, Joey, being mean to the customer. And yet, he saved the day.
Yeah.
Like, he saved you from probably thousands of dollars.
Yeah, if he wasn't there, she would have been screwed.
Oh, yeah, and then Bess would have really yelled at her.
Oh, yes.
That would have been an ugly scene. I mean, a good scene to watch.
Yeah.
But for her, not so good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. I kind of would like to.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Well, and then when he gets up to leave,
Oh,
she's all about the tips.
all she cares is that's all she cared about.
And then when Jack finds the tip, she's like, $100, we're rich. I'm like, oh my God, Joey, stop with the money. And $100 and you're rich?
yeah, no.
That'd be nice.
I wish $100 meant we were rich.
Right?
Mhm.
But the note he left, too.
The poem, yeah.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah, the last line read, "Young lovers, heed my words, don't squander love away. The moon is changing ever still, soon comes the light of day."
Oh, he even references the moon in the poem.
Mm-hmm.
And young lovers, Jack and Joey. Ooh.
Yeah, so this makes them look at each other for a moment before the lights turn back off. And then Joey, because didn't it look like the lights turned off in the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I
That's-
wasn't watching.
Okay, so but anyway, so Joey goes to turn them back on. That's when Jack pulls her back to kiss her. She ends up kissing him back for a moment.
Oh,
before
it
pulling
wasn't
away.
a moment. That was a long kiss, especially for someone like Joey who claims she doesn't like Jack.
Yeah, she should have pulled away.
I mean, think about when Pacey kissed her. That was a very quick kiss.
Yeah, it was
But-
like over and done with.
But
Yeah, she
this
pushed him away.
this one was like, ooh, like intense. Ooh.
I think she liked it and it freaked her out.
Yeah, because why would she just stand there kissing him?
Yeah, and I thought she looked upset afterwards, but now thinking about it, I think she was just freaked out because she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because probably because he's a better kisser than Dawson.
Yeah, so afterwards she goes over to pick up some dirty dishes, and then the lights are on back somehow. Did you notice that? Like first they were off when they
Yeah.
kissed, then
Like they were going on and off.
yeah,
They're flickering. It wasn't storming, was it?
no, it was
Just
full
the full
moon.
moon.
No, they just wanted us to have that scene with them with the lights off and kissing.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird.
For me, it was okay. I'll take Jack and Joey over Dawson and Joey.
Yeah, I just thought that was weird how they were back on, but we didn't see them turn back on. They were just turned
Cynthia,
on.
what'd you think of the kiss?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You have to have a
Were you
thought.
surprised?
Well, not really, because I had seen,
Because she knows they date.
yeah, because I had seen a future episode that Brittany showed me, so I already knew that they
Oh,
do end up
okay.
together, so it wasn't that surprising. But yeah.
But how it happened.
Yeah, well, with that last line on the poem, I figured something was going to happen after that, so.
Young lovers.
Mhm.
Okay, wrong couple, but
La la.
okay.
And back at Dawson's house, the three of them are still talking about Mitch and Gail's open relationship deal. They get into an argument back and forth, with Mitch getting in the last word by saying that there's more than one way to support someone. You stand behind them, you encourage them, and you believe in them. You don't turn your back on them and jump into somebody else's bed.
Well, and then, I don't know, one of them, someone said, isn't it rude to keep your guests waiting?
Yeah, the whole time I'm just wondering, what are their guests thinking as they're
Wouldn't you
overhearing
leave?
this? I would.
Like, how long have they been arguing? Wouldn't you just leave?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would get up and leave, yeah.
like both of them were just sitting there so awkwardly because they can hear them argue. So leave. Do the right thing and leave. I mean,
Yes.
who wants to be a part of that?
I would not want to be stuck in the middle of that.
I'd be like, these two are married and fighting. I'm leaving.
Yeah, so Gail gets upset and walks out of the kitchen. And Dawson's fed up and tells his dad that she's made a mistake.
Oh, I did not like Dawson in that moment
Me either.
because he was telling Mitch to go and fix it.
Yeah,
and
he's like, get over your ego
Well, and
and
then-
forgive her.
yeah, and then he acts like it's a one night stand. And
Well,
it's
he
not.
did kiss, or Jen kissed him.
No, I'm saying Mitch.
I know, but Dawson, like, He never told Joey about that one kiss.
No, but this was not a one-night stand. This was months.
That's true. It was a
full-blown
affair.
Yes. And she clearly liked the guy to keep going back.
Yeah, that's not something you can just get over.
Right, so for Dawson to just be like to his dad, just get over it and like forgive her. She made a mistake. I know that. She knows that. It's like, dummy. Again. Like,
easier said than done.
Yeah, like how would he like it if it happened to him?
Right, if Joe...
Like, okay, he's so in love with Joey. Well, what if Joey was having a full-on affair with somebody else for months? He would never forgive her.
No.
So why would you make your dad or tell your dad to forgive his wife? I don't think so. Yeah. Especially because they've been married how long? I mean, Dawson's what, 16 at least? So it's like they've been married at least 16 years.
Right.
And so there's obviously a long commitment. You can't just fix that overnight.
No, and I don't think he realizes that.
But see, he's always into his movies that I think he just thinks because a movie is 2 hours long that, it's fixed. Like the problem came and went. So it should be...
That you can fix it that quick.
Yeah, like their marriage should be fixable because it happens in the movies. No, Dawson, it's called reality.
Yes.
Yeah, so Mitch sits down saying he doesn't know how to fix it, and he's crying now. Mitch says that his dad had...
I felt for Mitch in that scene. Because, I mean, she yelled at you, and then Dawson's giving you a hard time, like, basically blaming you for the affair when his mother...
When it's not his fault at all.
His mother is the one that did it and ruined the marriage and the family.
He should be yelling at Gail.
Why is he only yelling at his dad? I don't get that because your mom messed up the family.
Right. That's who needs to be yelled at.
I don't get him.
Yep, so Mitch says that his dad had the answers, but he never told him what to do if his wife cheated on him because he didn't know to ask.
So sad.
Yeah. And then next we're outside of Jen's house where she's sitting on the steps upset by what happened tonight. Her Grams walks out saying she doesn't know what to do with her anymore and what she saw tonight she never wants to see again.
Do you like when Grams calls Jen child?
She is.
I know, but isn't it funny? Child. Yeah. And then, obviously, because she said, do you have no respect for yourself? Clearly, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, I thought that was already established.
Mm-hmm.
Your granddaughter does not have any self-love.
But at least she puts her foot down and says she's not going to let her disrespect her.
Yeah, in her own house.
Yes.
Yeah,
good job, Graham.
Yeah, and slide back into her New York behavior.
Yes.
It would not be tolerated, she said.
Well, yeah, it's like, Jen, start acting right because you're going to go back to New York.
Yeah, she's there to work on herself and straighten up.
Because Graham can't handle you. I mean, could you handle her?
That would be tough. I don't know.
It's a good thing Graham is retired because she's going to have to put a lot of time into watching Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And she just needs to start questioning her everywhere she goes.
Put a tracking device on her.
If only that was a thing back then.
Yeah.
And then at the ice house, Dawson shows up and hugs Joey he needed after his long night.
So when they're walking out, Joey and Dawson, did you notice that she looked back at Jack?
Yep.
Yeah, she was having those mixed feelings.
I was like, oh my God, somebody likes Jack because why else would she look back at him? And then, of course, he's looking at her, but Joey.
Ooh, she's going to get herself in some trouble.
Yeah, there's this quote from a Disney Channel show I watched that was like, if she looks back at you, that means she likes you. So it just made me think of that quote when I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is true. If you don't like the person, you're not going to look at them.
Right.
You're going to be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you kissed me.
You wouldn't even want to look in their direction.
No, and the fact that she is, I think she likes him. Don't you? I mean, think about it. They spend how many hours?
That's true. They do spend a lot of time together working.
I mean, sometimes I think she has more in common with Jack than Dawson.
She really does, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the love of the arts. Something Dawson thinks is a hobby.
Dawson's kind of family's broken, but Jack has already had a broken family for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he actually has empathy, unlike, Dawson.
I do like Jack a lot.
Me too.
But I do think it's wrong of him to make a move on someone else's girlfriend.
Right.
It's just, yeah, but Jen did it.
Oh, they don't know each other yet, do they?
No, they do. What? Dawson
Jack and
Jack?
Dawson?
Oh,
Remember they met when he was getting a job.
that's right.
He was
Oh my
interfering
gosh.
in Dawson's
I'm
little
thinking about
argument.
something else.
Yeah, he was interfering in Dawson's argument about the diary because, he's too nosy.
Yes.
Invading her privacy. Something Jack probably would not do. Better guy. Date him.
Then back at Andie's, Andie is telling Pacey the story of how her brother Tim died. So basically, long story short, it was a car accident. Her mom was driving. It was everybody in the car, her parents, her siblings, well, her brothers. And so then she explains that her dad bailed, only checks in once a week. He lives in Providence with their business, which is currently going under, which explains why they don't have the money like they used to. And Andie says it's just her because Jack lives in his own world where you don't have to think about it if it didn't happen. If you don't think about it, it didn't happen.
It usually falls on the daughter. I mean, that's
All the
why.
responsibility.
That's why, honestly, I feel like it sucks to have a son because he's gonna grow up, get married, be with the wife's family, and then you're gonna be stuck. But if you have a daughter, like as the daughter, it's all on you.
You're right about that.
Like if you have a brother, good luck, because you'll be the one taking care of your parents in the end.
I know Cynthia and me get that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do
And
too.
you
I'm
get
already,
it too,
I'm already
yeah.
preparing myself. Like, thank you. If only I had a sister to give some of this stuff to.
We're all the only girls. Well,
No,
no,
not
not
me.
you. But
I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I got lucky. Yeah, she helps a lot.
But we all have brothers, so we know what that's like.
yes.
They'll be the ones that swoop in and just take the credit.
Yep.
Oh, I did this for you. That's gonna be our life.
Yes, after telling the story, she starts getting upset, and that's when Pacey wants to hold her. She refuses at first, saying that she doesn't need his pity, but then after a minute of arguing, she gives in, and he finally holds her, which I thought was really nice of him.
Yeah, that was sweet. Because that's got to be a tough thing for anyone to go through, let alone
A 16-year-old.
a teenage girl. Her father bailed on them after her brother died. Like,
And then
oh
her
my
other
God.
brother doesn't help.
Yeah, I could not imagine.
Oh my gosh. That scene. Oh my gosh. When Pacey pulls her in and holds her really tight. Oh my gosh.
It was so cute.
Oh my God. Like, I was like crying. I was like, I love him so much.
He is so sweet to Andie.
Like, I could not see Dawson doing that.
Yeah, Dawson's not that,
What? What do you want to say?
he's not very empathetic.
He doesn't have the emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Well, we all know he's not intelligent, but I had to take the words right out of your mouth. You don't think that was so sweet?
No, it was. Yeah, I said yes. That it was sweet.
I mean,
yeah.
think about it. A teenage boy is doing that. Like, he didn't walk away when he saw her mom. He's just, oh my gosh, it's so
He's just
sweet.
loving her through it, and that's amazing.
I know, especially when they just met. But, oh my God, that was the best scene.
And then the next scene is with Joey and Dawson climbing up to the roof again.
Back on the rooftop.
Well, for once, Dawson's climbing the ladder.
Yeah. Dawson
I
asks
didn't
if
know
they
he knew
can.
how to climb the ladder.
Dawson asks if they can stay out on the roof because he doesn't want to go back inside the house. And this is when Joey starts to tell Dawson about her kiss with Jack.
And then she stops. Do you think that Joey should have told Dawson in the moment?
Yeah.
Absolutely, she should have.
Mm-hmm.
But I think maybe she was feeling guilty because she did like it.
Well, and especially because, she's having those feelings that it's not going to go away.
No, it's only going to get worse.
Why does everybody think that it's going to just magically disappear?
Because they want it to magically disappear.
It's
but
not like you just kissed a random person. You're going to see this person every day at school, at work.
Yeah,
I
yup.
mean, that's a lot of the time with that
downtown
person.
even.
How are you going to hide it, especially if you have feelings?
It's not possible, I don't think.
And the look on her face? She had feelings for Jack.
Yes.
She enjoyed that kiss.
Well, Joey did hide her feelings from Dawson for years, and he had no clue.
That's true.
Yes, but you have to remember, Dawson's clueless.
I'm just saying, so he would never suspect anything was going on.
I know, because he's only in his own bubble. Okay, anything that's not in his bubble, he doesn't think of. And right now, the only thing he's thinking of in his bubble is his parents.
Yeah, that's his main concern. That's all he cares about at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But she really should have told him, because it's now gonna get ugly.
Yes.
See, I mean, if she would have told him right then and there, they could have worked it out.
If she wanted to.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying that if she's trying to hide it, like, you could have worked it out.
Oh, yeah. Honesty is absolutely the best way. Now it's just going to be
Well, especially
more
in the
stressful.
moment. Because now it's going to be like, if he finds out, it's going to be like, why didn't you tell me?
Right.
When it happened. Like,
I would want to know right away.
well, especially because you're going to question, do you really have feelings because you didn't tell me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what would be going through my head. But I think she's naive, too.
Yeah, well, she did have a second chance to tell him, but at the last minute, she changes her mind and she tells him that he's right. He's right. She thinks the moon is beautiful.
Didn't care for that. Well, because she's lying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we unfortunately go back to Gail and Mitch, where they're
Unfortunately.
yeah. So now their guests are gone, and they both decide it's time for them to separate. Mitch volunteers to move out.
Why is Mitch leaving?
Just the he's the man thing.
I don't
he
care.
should do
She cheated. Kick the cheater out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gail tells him it's time. Like, he has to make a decision. I don't understand why she's forcing him to make these decisions that when she started the whole problem.
She is making all of the rules in this marriage, and I am not here for it.
It's not fair to Mitch. I like Mitch. He seems like
A good guy.
a good husband, a good dad.
And guess what? Not a cheater.
Right.
Like her.
And he probably volunteers too, so Dawson will still have his mom,
Okay, but she's AWOL.
See, he's very selfless, and I love that.
Okay, but Gail's always working, so who's going to watch Dawson?
Oh, yeah, that part.
Mitch should be there so he can watch Dawson, especially because, remember, he didn't like that Dawson and Joey were
sneaking around.
Yes. So, I mean, did they forget that part?
I think so.
I mean, if your son is having his girlfriend over, you would be there to watch everything. And the fact that he's just going to volunteer to go stay at the motel, no, that should be Gail.
Yep.
Then she can, hook up with whoever she wants, and Dawson won't know.
Yeah, because she's going to be bringing more coworkers around.
I mean, Dawson shouldn't have to see them.
Yep, and in the last scene, we see Dawson and Joey once more, where Dawson lets go of everything with his parents in Joey's arms while Jack is at the ice house reading that poem that the customer wrote. We also see Pacey still holding Andie in his arms.
Scene.
Yep. And then we see Dawson's parents in separate places of the house, and then Jen is still outside alone on the steps. We end the episode with seeing Dawson and Joey still holding him while she looks at the moon.
I didn't care for that.
She's dreaming about Jack.
Yeah, holding Dawson, but thinking of that kiss.
Yeah, wishing it was Jack.
Well, she's like, what else can we do? Well, I'm telling you, Dawson must not be a good kisser. She has all this passion with Jack.
But she did really enjoy her first kiss with Dawson. But
that's called acting.
Yeah.
You act like you like it.
And then highs and lows?
For me,
this ought to be good.
My high was honestly just the whole full moon theme of the episode. Just because I just thought it was enjoyable. I don't know. I just liked that theme, the full moon and all the weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
And my worst was Vincent trying to force himself on Jen.
Yeah.
I thought that was really messed up. Just because I've had situations like that. And, it's a scary feeling. And I don't think anyone should have to experience it. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, you lose control.
Yes.
For me, my best was when Dawson. Yeah, that's really bad. When Pacey
and Andie.
What?
And Andie, right?
Yeah.
Pacey and Andie.
No, when he was comforting her.
Yeah, that's what.
Holding her tight. Yes, it's so cute. I mean, did they do that all night?
How did I know that was gonna be your favorite?
Because I said it like 5 times. And then the worst was, The whole storyline of Jen, didn't care for that. And the whole thing of Mitch and Gail, I'm just so tired of it.
I know, you've been sick of it since Mitch and Gail started.
It just goes on for so long. Like, end it. Either be together or don't.
They can't decide.
Well, it's really hard to watch. Because I don't
I
care.
agree, it is.
I don't care for it. I need something new from them. Otherwise, get them off the show.
Yeah, and then Milo was the same about Jen with Vincent, and then my high was just the whole Dawson getting scared that Abby was in his room in the dark.
That was a good part.
Of course it was, because you like Abby, don't you?
No, that part was just funny.
Well, the fact that he just doesn't get rid of her right from the start.
Yeah, I would be a little weirded out that this girl I'm not really friends with.
No, that you can't stand.
Yeah,
Remember?
it's just she's just in my room. No,
I would lock my window.
And then,
And I have a question.
yeah.
Like, his parents, why don't they tell him to lock his window? Like, they probably locked their door. So
Right.
someone can just climb. You leave the ladder
Right
there into his room.
Anyone could break in. It wouldn't even be a break-in at that point.
They'll just be walking and crawling in.
Yeah.
Abby showed a good example of that.
Exactly. Board Dawson's windows up.
Yeah.
because He clearly isn't responsible.
And then rating?
I would rate this a 6. It was boring.
I gave it a 7. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, you like that
It-
full moon.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was saying about a 7 as well.
And then what is your best and worst characters?
Well, my best was Pacey, with how he was with Andie, of course. And then my worst was Vincent and everything with Jen.
Oh, yes. For me, my worst was Ab. Yeah, it was Abby just because I didn't like how, like, jealous she was being towards Jen. And my best was Andie.
I said, huh?
My best was Andie because she finally opened up about her family. And we got to know more about her in this episode.
Okay, guess I'll take it. Well, of course, my best was Pacey.
Of course. No shocker there.
And the worst was Jen.
Yeah, Jen was pretty bad in this episode.
Okay, I get the whole Vincent thing, but she didn't tell him how old she was until he was about to rape her.
Yeah, that's the only time she cared about telling them her age.
Like, stop, I'm 16. Oh my God, you should have said that when he came up to you to talk to you. I'm 16, and then he would have ran away. Like, that's her own fault.
We'd hope he'd run away.
So she was the worst, and then she knows that Abby likes him.
Yeah.
So why are you dating him? Like, neither one of you have a chance because you're underage.
Right. That was just
Stupid.
Yep.
So yes, she was the worst. Plus, I really didn't care for the storyline. Because again, another old person.
Yeah, I just don't understand what it is with the old people, with
mean-
the kids in this show.
Do you think the writers had like a fantasy of this?
Ooh, maybe.
Because like sometimes they bring like their real life or what
Yeah.
they want, but
You never know.
Because it seems like now like every character has had an older person
Yep.
storyline. It's messed up.
Well, I don't think Joey has. No. No.
No.
No. It was just that one rich boy that was in that one episode.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. 75% of the characters.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what's the next episode?
The dance.
Ooh.
Eh. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about this episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter at duochatpodcast and give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.